Goneau, and I have had the privilege of playing field hockey at DC for the past 7 years. Personally, I find field hockey to be a pretty simple sport, but then again, I've been playing for most of my life, so slight advantage. If you're not familiar with the game, that is completely okay. Neither are our refs, so you're in good company. But to describe it simply, there's two teams who usually place 11 players on a field, including a goalie. The point of the game is to use a one-sided stick and pass, hit, or dribble a ball down the field in order to get to the opposing team's goal. And while that all seems extremely thrilling in and of itself, I would have to say that my most favorite memories happen off the field with my teammates. They are not the big wins or the great plays, but it's the fits of laughter that make my stomach hurt during practice, or bonding while crying over the most unimportant things in a way that only girls do. Now, this is not to say that I don't very much enjoy winning, but I think if you ask any one of these athletes in this room, they would agree that victory without camaraderie is unfulfilling. Paul says in his letter to Timothy, "I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith." I'm sure many of you have heard this verse before, but I wanted to share a little bit of a personal application with you this morning. There are 3 parts to this statement from Paul, and it only makes sense to start from the beginning, so that's what I'll do. Throughout my athletic career, I've always strived to fight the good fight. But as I mentioned earlier, this is not exclusive to the time spent on the field, but also occurs in every aspect of a team. To me, fighting the good fight means picking your teammates up after a tough loss or staying humble when you're crushing a team. It means talking to your teammates in the hallways, checking in on them and loving them even when they frustrate you. And having played on many different teams, I can tell you that that is often easier said than done. I've experienced many different types of leaders, and by the beginning of senior year, I knew exactly how I wanted to lead my teammates. I wanted to support my team, and I didn't want our season to be defined by wins and losses. I wanted to be a senior that made my teammates still love the game, even after a tough season. I wanted to win, but only if we had all fought the good fight together. And looking around, I can confidently say that I'm so proud to be part of a senior class that fights the good fight. I have watched your games and witnessed the growth of friendship. I believe that we have competed in a way that would please our Father in heaven. We have played through a pandemic and strived for excellence on the field, in the classroom, and have led our teams through thick and thin. This is what it means to fight the good fight. But here and now, we have finished our race. Our years of competition at DC have come to an end, and here we are looking forward to college. Some of us will play another season, but some of us will not. And so the question really is, what now? Thankfully, Paul thought ahead, and he had an answer. We keep the faith. We keep the faith that God will protect us through this pandemic. We keep the faith that he will provide the future education that we desire. And we keep the faith that he will continue to fight the good fight along with us. If these past 4 years have taught me anything, it is that the good fight will take many different forms, but keeping the faith often looks the same. Trusting in the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. Keeping the faith means trusting that this pandemic will end. It means trusting that our paths will be made straight and believing that God's plan is entirely for our good, even when we don't understand it. Our race here as DC athletes may have come to an end, but we are still called to go and witness and to fight. I am proud of each and every one of you, and I hope that you continue to have faith that God will help uphold you in the midst of every fight that comes your way. Thank you.